St. Kitts and Nevis, a pleasant good evening to you. Welcome back to the Real Talk with the one and only lovely, lavish Lavi. If you're out there, wherever you are, as usual, it's a pleasure having you back here with us. It's a beautiful Wednesday evening, and it's exactly 8 o'clock Eastern Time, right down here in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. My great audience, followers, yes, good evening to you. I know you're listening. There are many people already messaging and saying, I'm in, and I love that. Well, tonight we have a special guest, and he's going to be joining us shortly, and basically to speak about construction and what is happening here on the grounds in St. Kitts and Nevis. People want to share how they're feeling and give a little bit more of an insight, especially those on the internet that don't know what is actually happening on the grounds. There are many just out there just listening, to what everybody say. And some of it, people, it's not everything you read on Facebook. It's not everything that you see. Sometimes not a thing go like that. St. Kitts is still a beautiful place. There's a lot of things down here that people can get themselves and, make themselves feel happy. But I think for whatever reason, sometimes people don't really know what they have and they don't take the time out to enjoy it. We have moved away from so much of our grassroots, activities, things that we can do in our federation to make us happy. We can explore the environment. We have rainforests. You can just go up there and enjoy nature. But for whatever reason, I don't know what is happening in this new world. I have to call it a new world, because people are straying away from things that is going to be there no matter what. But there's other things that you can do and make yourself feel happy. But tonight, we definitely are going to allow my guest, his name is Mr. Kent, Virgil Kent, over there from Molyneux, Phillips's area. So the folks over there in Molyneux and Phillips's and Tabernacle, I guess he will call those places, right? From Keys, Keyon. What else? I feel bad. After Karen is what?
Brighton, Atlas. Yeah, greetings, people.
Right. So you have Brighton. That little word, and imagine Brighton. And well, I sometimes don't even remember that they have something named Brighton. So St. Kitts, tonight we're gonna cover everybody. So this is basically, I would say more or less the southeastern side of St. Kitts. Yeah. Or the northwest. Yeah. Right?
Like that. Southeastern side.
Southeastern, and basically, because you're all the way down in Molyneux, Phillips's. I think sometimes.
We call it Nicola Town.
Nicola Town. Make sure that people are hearing you.
Yeah.
And this is the Real Talk, people. If you're just in tune, we just here to bring it to you, just natural. You know what I mean? We are not going to be artificial. We're being organic and just basically real and giving real people, the ordinary people, a chance to listen to what is happening real right down here in St. Kitts and Nevis. No artificial flavor, So, yeah, and I just want to let you guys know, in the studio we have with me, he's a contractor, but he's going to tell you guys who he is. But before I allow him to, start to, let you guys know exactly what he's here for, I also want to take the time out to say a pleasant good evening to the folks up there in St. Peter's Parish, the entire St. Peter's Parish. You don't know, that's my hometown. But I'm not here just because it's my hometown, with a kind of touch on some people, but it is. I have to represent for St. Peter's. Nevertheless, I got to cover Bastia. I spent most of my life and with my business in Bastia. So Bastia has always been, I don't know for many people, but for me, I cherish the capital. That's the capital, the heart of St. Kitts, which is Bastia. And while we're there, Charlestown is the capital of Nevis. So yes, when it comes to Bastia, I feel like I'm a part of Bastia because I share my entire, I would say more or less, my livelihood and my business for over 20 years in the hearts of Bastia, right? So big up to the folks here in East Bastia, Central Bastia, West Bastia. And I also want to take some time out to say a pleasant good evening to the folks that are going down to the Boys area, from West Farm, Boyd's, Old Road, Middle Island, Virtuals, Halfway Chief. I missed something, but, definitely the entire St. Kitts and Nevis, Sandy Point, St. Paul's, and not, when it comes to certain places here in St. Kitts, everybody feel like their village is the best. And you can't blame them. But there are just certain places in St. Kitts that wherever I go, people will say, you come from Sandy Point. Sometimes they're not even from Sandy Point, but these are the people that they connect with. People from Sandy Point, people from Keyon, Monkey Hill, and of course, Bastia, St. Paul's, Newton Gong. But we are one federation, and tonight we are going to bring it real because people out there are hot. So, ladies and gentlemen, the show about to start. Start sharing the page. Let everyone know that Real Talk is on tonight. And we have in our studio Mr. Virgil Kent. Good evening to you, Mr. Virgil.
Good evening.
Virgil, I'm happy that you're here to join with us. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Virgil? Where Virgil hail from? What Virgil do? Virgil is a family man, a hard-working man.
Well, greetings, people. Greetings, the whole nation. Well, 1979 is the number. I understand. And that was the day my beautiful mother gave birth to me. There was no doctor, no nurse, just she and God. So I'm grateful to be here right now. So I got to hear out to her, telling her enough respect and love, mommy. I'm still calling you mommy up until now. That's because I love you.
Aww. Listen, stick a pin. You touch a nerve. St. Kitts need this. When you hear a man can come in the studios and just take himself out and just go back straight to the womb and just basically want to big up none other than Queen Mother, that says a lot.
Yes, she played a lot. She
Nice.
never gave up on me, so I got to do it real. Yes, people, I'm a little, I could say frightened and still happy. I got sad news today that one of my close partner, passed away a few minutes ago. So if you see me feeling a how,
Yeah.
it's just love and happiness and still a little pain.
Yes. Have my condolences to your friend and family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my name is Virgil Kent. I was born and raised in Mullingham, Phillipses. I've been around, I've been in. They used to call me a menace. Now I'm just Virgil. A family man. A man who is looking out for his dad, his wife, kids, myself, and so many others who need help. I have been in construction since I'm 15 years. I want to big up Marlon Henry. He's a man who gave me an opportunity to move forward and do things. And the first week I started to work with him, he was like, he said, Bumpy, what are you doing? Come work with me. Because your father is a good man. I'm going to make sure you're all right. And this man gave me a job. Okay. Yeah. And this man gave me a job, and when he gave me the job, the first week, this man take all my money. All. But me too vexed to hear me going on in a kind of way, But guess what? He went and he bought a hammer, wool, trowel.
When you hear a man can come in the studio.
Hammer, wool, and trowel. And he said, when you get a chance, you go there and try to butter some blocks. Put on some blocks. Plaster some. So it was $36. And he moved from there to 50, to a 75, a 80, a 150, then you reach a 200. Where I'm at now, I'm a contractor. And I have seen some things happen here. 90% of the works that come in don't benefit us as contractors. So I'm here to say to all contractors in St. Kitts and Nevis, when are we going to come as one and stand as one and do something great for us? Because this is how I feel. We cannot build the outsiders, nothing against the outsiders. But what I'm saying, I'm from here. I suppose to reap the benefit. My daughters, children, and generation on. Because this is our land. We need opportunities. Free up the loans, free up anything that I could do to help people. Don't say loans is there to get, and then when we go to the bank, it's problems. This is things that you're doing. So, because I know the system, I'm not staying away from the construction. I'm just saying, these is things that is going on. And the spirit of the people is so low that it is causing so many problems here in St. Kitts. So you don't.
Okay, go ahead, continue.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's causing so many problems that, when we look at the job sites and how the jobs are going, there ain't nothing going on. And I can remember a certain politician said 200 houses will be built in a year. I doubt if 6 bill, maybe I call too much. But at the end of the day, I feel like they don't feel that we can build these houses.
Can I ask a question? I know you're here tonight, and this is Real Talk. Mm-hmm. You're talking from your field, and not just construction, because you're a grassroots man.
Correct.
And you're a countryman.
Correct.
So which means you're a jack of all trades, so it don't have to be construction. You know what's going on?
Correct.
You've been in the world long enough to understand what is happening. The struggle is real, and a lot of it is, I would say, unnecessary struggle, because as you said, we are natives here in St. Kitts and Nevis. And when you see everybody can be wrong, every single living person, and if they don't come out and say it, they know to themselves that people, right now in St. Kitts and Nevis, people hurting, and it's a different kind of hurt, right? But I want to ask you this question. A lot of our local, especially those in the technical field, they always seem to say, well, the foreigners coming in and getting the jobs, and locals need to get the jobs. But there are some locals, I won't say that they don't know how to do the job, but this is a modern day when it comes to building now. You just can't come up. There's different codes and stuff when it comes to electrical and the structure and different things. I mean, you have to abide by certain things when it comes to fire, and even for the weather, hurricane, and different stuff, right? So, I'm asking you, do you feel that the locals, because some probably will say, yes, they are ready, but do you feel that the locals are ready for some of these jobs? And before I finish, and if some of them are not ready for these kind of jobs, what are the government doing to help local to get to that level? Because some of the foreigners that are coming in here, the big companies, some of them are bringing other persons that doing the same thing like some other locals that are not ready, that are not on that kind of level.
Correct.
Right? So we the people have to basically come together, and instead of being in a disagreeable, because it's everybody gonna feel it.
Ignorance.
Right? The ignorance that we are coming with, basically attacking one another, right? We need to come together. And when I say come together, because as they say, every dog sees for itself. But come together when it comes, because if we're gonna be seeing foreigners coming doing these jobs, and then they say that the locals are not ready to that kind of standard, right? So how can you educate or let the people out there know?
Okay, from experience, being around the workers, let's say St. Kittian in general, we, let me explain it in a, okay. Let me explain it a little bit better, because I want people to understand that. It's not, some of them are lazy, some just don't want to do that type of work, and you can't force them. And as I am growing up and in the construction field, this is how I just think. I am not going to be somebody working in construction, start as a laborer, and at the end, I'm not saying that he ain't benefit anything, but at the end, he's still a laborer when he's 55 and still working hard. And if I have anything to show for it, it's a waste of time.
Right, but just give me 1 second, because I want you to answer this here, and then you could go into whatever.
I can answer it now.
Right, because like I said, a lot of people are saying that the Kittitians, the small island people, we're not ready for these kind of jobs. But at the same time, some of the jobs that are coming here, they are persons, give us a chance.
Yes, you have persons here that can do the jobs. And like I say, it's always a way around. What you put on paper ain't always what going to be in the foundation, because when people like me have to do the work, the technical difficulties of doing certain things that these architects put on that paper, when they come and they see it done by somebody who ain't went to school like them, they don't be surprised. Like, I can't believe these man get these things done, and they come and they measure it, they make sure, and they line up and they do everything. Is that we here as construction, we fight one another too much, and in order for us to really get higher, get the jobs them from the government, or get the government jobs them, we got to come together and do something, and then the government have to create something for us to get the jobs them, and that way we could be as one and move forward. If we ain't communicating as one, how we gonna get forward? It's just like me home with my wife, and I gonna go left from work, and as I reach home, it's nice. I ain't want no noise. So before it come to noise, I ask her, babes, what happened? How can I help you? Why be I do? Let's work out this here before it get in any problems. Because too negative ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. So one must, somebody must. You check? Somebody must say bye. It don't make no sense gonna further. He will do it and just work with the situation to make it better. And this is what they're not doing. They just, they're just doing and saying, and you ain't seeing no results. And
so who you call they? Because they's who?
Okay, it's getting real. Government and the people are saying it.
Right.
Because it's not just government. You can't depend on the government alone. We have to look for self. Self is very important. You understand? And meditation and taking time to get things done. You understand? I am just talking like this because I have been through it. I've been in church.
You don't. Listen, Virgil, you don't have to worry. You on the real talk. Once you keep it clean, it's no problem here. Just be yourself, and you know your stuff. You're a hard-working man.
Listen to me.
Right?
Right.
And what you bring in here, and that is why when you say they, because we have to let the people out there know. And when we say government, we mean whoever government, because this it's like a continuation.
Look at it.
Right? Every time government change, the people still talking the same language. So let us know if you can give a reason why you think this is happening to the local people itself. And when I said local, I'm talking about especially those that are in the technical division.
I'm going to say this. We go stop giving away power so easy. Because the people who is the government, they take with power and they take advantage of it. Now, I don't say flip the switch. Why I don't say flip the switch is because I know everything is creation. Everybody must communicate. And at the end of the day, it must go good and bad. There is no current without positive and negative. So if no positive there, no negative. Nothing going to work. So then it must balance. So when you see the water come and wash down some of the areas and the hills, them, that's because it's supposed to happen. It's a balance. If an earthquake come, it's a balance. You got to understand life, and some of them just don't understand life. I will think that some of them meant good in the government, but some people start to row and just can't row anymore. And why I don't say this is because I know a man, still consider him my friend, I love him. And he shout out, he's David and he can look Goliath. No, me ain't come here to bash nobody. I'm my partner. What I'm saying is that you started shouting you're going to deal with Goliath. Your party win. And nothing happening for the country over there. The construction that is going on up in Phillips's, I'm made to understand is maybe Strady or whoever doing it, I don't know. But how I do feel, when you're in the countryside, you don't bring somebody from town to come out of a country come work, and you got people over there who got backhoes and equipments that could do the same jobs them. It's foolishness. And then some of them ain't standing up. This man ain't standing up for the people them that vote for him. I was one. I do not hate him, and I will not hate nobody, because if I carry any hate in you, I gonna die quick. And me not ready to die yet. At 200 no one see. But like I'm saying, these men will take things into consideration. I already spoke to them. I tell them, because I remember the Basti High School in Labour time, I think it's Labour High time, when they build the substitute classroom. Okay, the Molyneux School get bound down. I know, on the other side, on the left-hand side, you have at least 3 classrooms. One, they turn it into a library. Now, the area that the school get burned, the office ain't get burned, and the computer room ain't get burned, it's just in the middle. And I'm looking at it and saying, okay then, I could put substitute schools down in the same field, because the field have enough. You only want about 5 classes. Mm-hmm. I understand. And I think
so let me ask a question. So what you're saying, and it's not just you alone, because I don't think that the people that we the people put in the government, and I don't think that they don't listen to people. And this is what real talk is about, because at the end of the day, it's the real people that are suffering most, and it's real people who put these people in government. I see someone is saying here that they need some training school so people can learn a trade. So the outsiders basically cannot take away all the jobs, right? Mm. Give me 1 second, sir. And that is why I asked you, and not just you, but a lot of people recognize, because it is an issue, not just in construction, but it's an issue here in St. Kitts, where it's not that we don't have the skills, it's not that we cannot do some of these things, but we're really going to need training. And no amount of jobs, because if a hotel job comes in right now, or to build certain things, even school, there are different structures. Like I said, this is a modern day now, mm-hmm. right? And I feel that a lot of people here in the constructions or any technical division and persons that are calling themselves entrepreneur need proper training. And some of the training should not, just like what you're saying, it should not just be leaving from here to go away. We need the government to basically pay attention and get some training, proper training, because just saying that you're going to have training, where is the facilities? Okay. And some people don't have any place to have the training, right? And this is where government's supposed to actually have grants, not just send you to the bank. They're supposed to have some grants and basically put some of these things here in St. Kitts and Nevis, because there are persons out there like you who are very hard working, because having a skill is one thing, but being lazy is something else. Okay, you can have a skill and be lazy, right? You have an ambitious a man that basically a hard-working man. You have to eat. And it's about time our people, our indigenous people, should not just out in big crowds when it comes to campaigning and just out there jumping for joy, walking up and drinking. We deserve more than that. And this is why a lot of people are so angry. So carry on, sir. But in the meantime, you're listening to the Real Talk with lovely, lavish Lavi right here in St. Kitts and Nevis on Win FM. And I just want to say a pleasant good evening to the indigenous people that are coming in on the lives. A lot of people are just hearing about the show, and they're recognizing that this show basically, it needed, because we're bringing it real. And I'm so happy that you're here. And this is why I said, I know you're not shy, right? But you have a chance now to share what is happening, not just for you, but to help other people.
This is the most I've ever been. Well, when I'm home with my kids, I smile a lot. But when I'm out, I'm always serious. You know?
So this is the most. So Lavi, make you smile. Put it here.
Put it here, true.
Love and light. Love and light.
No respect.
I'm sure your wife must be home smiling.
Yeah. But, you know, about the foreigners, I have had foreigners work with me and loan trader under me. What I'm going to say about our Kittitians is that they don't look like they want to learn it. And that's a problem for me, because later on in the future, it will be the foreigners doing the construction and we paying the foreigners to do the work. And to me, that's foolishness, because I have a skill and I'm always ready to teach somebody something. You see my sons, them come up there. My wife's sons, you come up there and you see them plastering and putting a mat up.
And I have to say, your sons are not just sons, you know, these are kids, school children.
Yes.
One, I think, told me that he was 13.
Yes.
And the other one was 15. And I remember when I went, because they don't know me. And I am a very grassroots kind of woman. And I started speaking to them. And you could see they were shy. They don't know this woman. And when I went back the next day, they said, Lavi, look, see, I'm plastering. And he was so happy. And that is at 13 and 15 years old. So when we're talking about the gangs and the this and with that, we need to create things to make young men feel that they are part of society and they're learning something. And Mr. Virgil Kent, you brought your sons to work on the job with you. And that is how it used to be back in the days, where fathers, if they have their children, mothers, they train the children a trade apart from academics, but they also have a trade.
Well, to be honest, I have to be like that, you know. My father-in-law, as everybody know him as Lasso or Coolie. He taught me to drive. He basically teach me many things. And he, man, I get a couple wash out to how me when I do me wrong. Yeah, but at the same time, there was a man like, every Friday, every Saturday, we on the beach, fishing, kangs, this, that. So, I want to share the same love to the same youth. I ain't work with my father. The last time I speak to my father, he was like, yeah, and I tell him I'm going to piss on the grave, but who better than me and he right now? Almost every day we talk. Oh, yeah? Because then he called back and then we speak again and we went on and I said, Daddy, sorry. And he said, Virgil, sorry too. And I was like, Daddy, I love you. No? And he said, Daddy.
And when you're young, I mean, like any children, we rebel. Sometimes you come and you hate your parents until when you come an adult and you understand certain things. Yes.
It's because I understand him now, so I had to forgive him and just walk out, you know. That's you, and that's who you is, and I have to accept you. You is my father, I can't do nothing else about it. So if you're bad, that means I must be bad. Huh? Your boss gun, me must boss gun too? No, so you go, me got a different part to walk to. And these people need to understand this, because why I'm saying this, when you come on the construction, and the foreigners then come in here learning this thing, because some of them ain't know it, and they learn it here from us. So we as Kittitians still need to get together more, push the youths them more, because it's just not construction, it's farming, it's everything that is going on here. They need to get involved, and they're laying back. And as you can see, bodies are fall all over, robberies all over, this, that, happening. And it's because the energy level low. Everybody's self-esteem low. You go to the bank, they're telling you, you can't get a loan. Bam, your level gone down there. You wonder what you must do. Come on. You as a bank supposed to don't know. You as a government supposed to don't know. By these people have voted me, and I need to look after the people. You don't tell the people them that you're going to give them 200 houses and you not do half yet, not even a quarter. You don't tell the people them that you're going to deliver this X, Y, Z and you're not delivering. We feeling the pain, we seeing everything what's going on. We seeing all the political things, especially when it come on the bank, the development bank and all kind of different things and passport this. It's just, as you say, keep it real. It ain't just construction we're talking about. We're talking about Sept in general. All the things them that is going on in the media, people name calling, youngsters getting die, voice note going around. We know. And nobody will come out and say, okay, let me address the nation in a way that, you know. And I will say things was going good, you know, because even though under unity, me still when I get a little punch. I could have go to a friend and say, "Buy give me $200 because money was on the road." You understand? And it was good because no load of killing was going on. And then you won't just go in and just crash it. And now body is all over. And I'm saying this because from about 96, I think is when Labour get in. And I've been voting for Timothy for all them years until he disappeared and decide to go unity, right? And within that space of time for the 20 years, you know the amount of body fall along in a saying kids.
So let me ask a question. So you're saying the body falling because of the government?
It's like a trend. As the guy you see much of them a fall.
Yes, but what I would say, come back to education.
Yes.
The education system definitely need to revamp, and we need to have a technical division, not just AVEC, because I feel like all children are supposed to be included, and whether you're academic or non-academic, you should be able to have a choice to want to learn a skill. And I feel that children, that when the younger they are, that's the time you need them. And we do not have no skill really department a part of the curriculum in St. Kitts and Nevis.
Okay.
Do they have any? Do you know of any in the schools?
I know that when I was...
Correct me if I'm wrong, people.
Yeah, when I used to go, we used to do technical giant, woodwork, and just about mechanic, everything in Kenya High School. I don't think they're doing it as much right now. Because technical giant, my son doing technical giant. And the same man way then, the first one, he passed all of his subjects, top of his class. And he came and he said, "Ken, I'm going to pass all my subjects, and you have to buy me a pair of black and white Jordans." Right? This is the reason Ido came out to work with me, so he could understand what's going on. And when time comes, he could use his skill to move on and do great things. I'm just saying these things because within the education part and teaching skills, it was Project Strong. I think it's Project Strong? Yeah. Back in the days where they used to send out the fellows them in the field and things happen. Well, I was on a job site maybe a month or two, and I saw some young fellows from the college was there also trying to learn the trade also. So it have some people that will let youngsters come on the job and learn who want to learn, because it have some of them do not. And as I will say, we kids them, a lot of them, they're lazy, bad. They don't want to do nothing but just get up, eat, drink, and sleep. And we change them wrong.
So which mean this is not, and I've been hearing this for the past, I would say, from as back when I was in my 20s, every time they have killings or murders from young people, they blame the government. But at the end of the day, these children stemmed out of a mother, a father, a home. Some of them parents might not be there, but I would say that government play a role in this, but I would not come here to say, and I'm not saying you're right, and I'm only speaking for myself, because we have a thing here in St. Kitts, especially if you're in the opposition, right? You blame the government and in terms of these murders, But the murders ain't just stem from here. It stem from a baby, right? Children are getting children if you're not mature enough to nurture a child. I had someone on my show some months ago, and she said, it's not everyone that have a child can be a parent. So there are persons out there having sex because it only takes sex to get an egg and you can become pregnant. So people out there getting children, and a lot of, I would say, the men and even women, they don't really have any love for the children that they're getting into this world, because some of them are in relationship. You hear the songs, them, Shensia have a song, say hit and run. I look at it as a fun kind of thing, but there are persons literally going out there, acting and depicting these songs. You see Byron Messiah, every time he come in his thing, he sing the song Taliban, and you see the gun sign, and so how you do the thing them? Show me how you think them, and all kind of thing with the finger, I mean, and how they support, and everything now in our black people is nigger this and nigger that and nigger. Laverne Lavi. You understand? So I am just saying, right, that we have picked up something in the 80s and 90s, when you had back in the days with Tupac and East West and Side and the gangsterism in the United States. It comes here like a big trend, right? So I would say for me, for government, where I would blame the government, not necessarily for the murders, but is to basically get educational stuff in the schools. Educational stuff in terms of technical. Okay, we have somebody calling in. You're live on the Real Talk with Lavi. Good evening, caller. Good evening, caller. You're live on the Real Talk. Caller, if you're there, you can feel free to call back. Yeah, somebody was calling in, so we missed that call, sir. You can, whoever it is, you can also try and call back in.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The young man you have there sound very positive, as if you're really interested in having the younger ones moving on and growing up. And we're in a very serious position, whereas the young boys calling each other dog and all of that, even though the government might have they do have responsibility for lots of things, the parentage have a lot to do with it, because children, if you leave them to do what they want, we must remember that they are in training, and training means that you have to get them to do things. So once they get to do things and they practice it, then they will get good at it. So the young man is on to something there through training skills and so on. That is very, very good and interesting. And to move away from the subject, from the issues of where we are, we definitely need education. Those younger ones, you can bend them. Some of them, you have to lead them up to a certain position of where they are, because you can't get them changed. They're too old to change. And but you definitely can work on the younger one. Exactly. Train up a child in the way that he should go, so that when he becomes old, he will not depart from it. So it's a fact. But I like his idea, getting people out and having learned a trade, having a skill.
Yes.
And people who are cutting grass by the side of the road, they should have at least maybe 2 days cutting grass and 3 days training to come out with something rather than cutting grass.
Absolutely.
Bringing Chinese here to buildings, and people are here. First time I see that is under Dr. Douglas administration. We have Chinese coming here and doing whole building, and no local at all get a job on it. But it's what it is. That is past, so we have to look forward to do things differently and better. Have a good evening.
Thank you so much for your contribution right here. We truly appreciate that, caller. And this is the first time I've been listening and hearing different people calling in, and I can say that this is somebody I've never heard his voice. So we appreciate you, and it just goes to show that people like you, Mr. Kent, people want to hear the real, just people being, like I said, organic.
Hey, Me can't be no real right now. It's all about my family.
So let me ask you something. So for the past 2 years, we have a new government in. Well, I don't even want to say new now because,
Yeah, we
they,
have a
they, they,
government.
they're new to the government, but we have a government. How have it been for you as a contractor in finding work and maybe for how you see with other contractors like yourself, workmen?
First thing, hard. No, I'm going to say easy. I'm going to say easy because if you going to get up and go out every day and say, but no work a come and no this a come, no work going to come. So when anybody asks me, boy, when you got work, but you got work, me I say soon, it soon come. Because me know you come. So that's how me to put myself out and get jobs, putting myself out there. If I go to TDC and I have my cards, I might see somebody trying to look some tiles or something. I go and I ask a question. I tell them, good afternoon, sir. I see you looking some tiles. My name is Virgil Ken. Virgil Ken. This is Ken Construction. I do tiles, I do stone work, I do XYZ. And you just might get a job.
So it's called marketing.
Yes, and that's how I don't get my jobs. I don't depend on the government, and the people are saying it need to stop depending on the government. Just depend on yourself and the people around you who want to build you.
But there are also certain things that the government
Need to do.
have to do, not just need to do, it's a have to do.
Okay.
It's a part of the government. That is the purpose of a government, is to provide jobs,
Correct.
the hospitals,
Correct.
the roads. There's a lot of things that government, it is in the clause that they have to do. So some people are not really depending on the government. But the government is not putting anything to make it easy for persons to get where they need to go either. The gentleman that just called in, talk about educational system, and just like what you said, being able to get a hold of the youths when they're younger, right? Mm-hmm. And this is 2024, and we have a government that went in and under the name Next Gen, yes. SKN. We have a government that is in there calling themselves the A-Team. And when you're going to have such a high standard, the Next Gen, SKN, and the A-Team, then we need to see a structure in 2024 after 2 years. I can speak like this as an entrepreneur, but I'm not speaking for myself. And as you said, you help yourself, but sometimes even helping yourself we need, because we're not born into a generation wealth. We did not born into it. And a lot of these people that go into the government, they go in and we see them, they not had nothing. And I don't know what is happening, but this new style of political leaders moving around as if like they're celebrities, it is not a good sign. Because we cannot want to talk about the gangs and the crime and the violence and all of that when the top seem as if like it is like a crime to be poor. And these same people look down. And when I say these same people, I'm talking about persons that are now having certain status, their whole behavior and everything. You will never believe that they come from, with party had bottle and lamp, and they come from the same poor people and really the poor people that help pave the way for them. So when it comes to creating an atmosphere to make children want to feel happy in school, right? It is time to start adding a lot of things, even like gymnastic. We don't have an indoor stadium if rain comes. The athletes, the basketball city, there's so many things that government is not going to come overnight. But if we hear these things, then just throwing up pictures on Facebook to say, well, you went this place and you're going to be there seeing you with some white people or some different, we don't even know who these people are. I have a problem with that and many other people. You're live on the Real Talk with Lavi. We have here our guest in our studios, Mr. Virgil Kent. He's from Mali News in the Philippines area, and he is a tradesman. He's a Lavi. I'm a contractor. Tell the people all the things you can do in your field, not just as a contractor. What all do you do? Like, do you do tiling?
Tiles, they do stone work, We also do a little steel work too, with farming. It basically everything.
So
The
you
only
can
thing
build,
I can build a house
so
from
you can
scratch.
build a house from scratch.
It's just that for me, I don't play current. That's the only thing.
So you don't do the electrical part.
No electrical. I could do a little plumbing, everything. You got, you see.
And you can you read a plan?
Yes, I can. You see what happened in St. Kitts? 90% of the real chairman is jack of all trades. When I say jack of all trades, that's because when we start to do the work, you're going to start in the steel, cutting steel. So eventually you're going to learn that. While you're doing the steel, you're going to still learn to put blocks. After you don't put blocks, you got to put mortar or plaster. When you're done, you still got the farming work and carpentry work there. So as you go through all these stages, you as a individual or youngster, you're supposed to advance in everything. If you don't want to advance, that's your problem. Because if it wasn't for Marlon Henry and me staying up 2 o'clock in the morning, no overtime, just to learn how to put down tiles.
So who is Mr. Marlon Henry? Where he's from?
Real Deal Construction. Marlon, you too. He know me from since I'm a youngster.
Very nice.
That's what I tell you. So I have to give him plus, one load of plus.
Big up yourself, Mr. Marlon Henry.
Yeah, because
What's the name of his construction?
Real Deal Construction. You see there?
The real deal.
Yeah. Yeah, and this man teach me my trade. And we putting down tiles, and I'm here with him. Till morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. Time we reach 5 o'clock, I have to be up by 7. Reach back on the same job. Just to show that I want to learn this job.
Right. You know what I want to say to the listening audience? I got to tell you, thank you so much for being here. I am seeing quite a number of people and our local people, because if we don't create platforms and basically bring the truth, a lot of our local people are in fear. They're in fear because they cannot even express themselves the way how we're talking here. If you support a particular party, if you oppose them or maybe don't like a particular thing that they do, then all of a sudden you're being branded too. And the whole crab and barrel, gutter politics, the cycle continue, right? But I want to let my great audience know, and this is something that I have basically seen what is happening when it comes to the foreigners here in our beautiful island. One of the advantage that they have, the majority of these foreigners are coming here, and I'm speaking about those from the regional islands, right? I admire a lot of the work that some of them are doing, because some of them will tell you that they come from very, very poor. And like anybody else, just like how Kittitians will leave from here and go abroad, we're going for a better opportunity. But what I've realized with a lot of the foreigners, Guyanese, Jamaicans, Santo Domingans, when they come, right, they never say that they can't do a particular job. So sometimes you see them there maybe doing barbering, doing construction, doing painting and whatever. Some of them are basically learning because that is how they're going to get bread on the table. And we here, the natives, we will go to them and you can't wrong us. Because a lot of our locals, I am not going to go on the negative side when it comes to our local. I'm going to look at the positive side. A lot of our locals did not have that opportunity because it's go back in school where we don't have those technical divisions in our school. Jamaica have that. A child could go to secondary and decide that they don't want to go to high school and go directly into nursing, into their career, into what they want to do. What we're seeing right now in America, believe it or not, as seen on the news in America, so people, St. Kitts people, wake up, come out of this, this kind of, what do you call it, dreamland or wherever you're at, come out and recognize that the world ain't basically changed. It's the same world. It's a revolving world, right? And in order for you to be a part of this, whether you have money or don't have money, as you said, self, you got to depend on yourself, right?
Motivation.
You got to be able to inspire yourself. And if you can't do that, put yourself around persons that can help build you, right? So coming back to the foreigners, what is happening here? The foreigners are coming in. Like, for instance, most of the companies are coming in. The big companies that are getting the jobs are coming from Trinidad. They're coming from Jamaica, Guyana, or wherever around the regional, right? They're working with their people. So even if it's somebody to do cement this or whatever. So this is where government have a responsibility to protect the native people. You should not be bringing in people when locals can do those jobs, right? And in order to help locals that we can be in the bidding, right? Because what's going to happen is one set of local going to be doing everything. The Monkey Hill Road, one man, a local person that always getting the job over and over. And we have seen that where when a local get the job, is the same local, whether government in, whether government out, the same set of people. So we're saying if locals basically like invest in skilled trade people who have experience that can come back and do some tutorship, but they need to pay the tutors real monies. These little $400 a month cannot pay no bills in today's world because the politicians would not go in and give back their service for no $400 a month. And this is why the Real Talk with Lavi is going to be here. Real Talk ain't going nowhere. And if it's not me, I would hope that we have many more Real Talk. We can have people coming in because in order for us to get trained, to have a change, we the people have to come together. We cannot have one voice. So if you have Lavi voice, we need more voices if we want change. Because what we're seeing, a lot of the people that are going in to become political leader and eventually going to become premiers, prime ministers, minister of this, minister of that, PS this, right? Director this. A lot of these people, they did not have any training in the position that they're in. And I'm asking and appealing to the government and the oppositions and the Chamber of Commerce, persons who have the power, the willpower, the church, anyone, the communities, parents, the entire federation. I'm speaking from my heart to the people right now. Anyone have the ability and the power to basically come together and see that government make a change in the schools. Right now, we don't even have schools like that. The Bastia High School, the children, them still going at a particular place. The Kayan High School, and it's gonna Molyneux, and it's gonna be like that because we are not basically paying attention and holding governments accountable to basically do what they're supposed to do with what they're going in there for, and not just self-indulgence.
Say it again, because where I'm gonna say this: if they had really care about these children, these schools will have done fixed long time. These people ain't nothing like Miss Bedford and Teacher Daniel and them. When we go to school and we do wrong, or even if they see us on the road and do something wrong, they crack our give a crack and tell you. And when you come school tomorrow, they're going to remind you about why you do on the road. And might get crack again too.
Somebody is saying everyone wants to be a lawyer. SKN got more lawyer per capita than any other place. Everybody want to. I said they want to be under the clock, right? And this is what, thank you so much for that contribution here. And this is what is happening and what I've seen happening over the years. I don't think, right, with the past governments that we have had, right, I cannot really talk so much about unity, to be honest, because I was not on the grounds on the unity, right? So I will include all of them. Right, we having a call. Good evening, you're on Live Real Talk with Lavi.
Yeah, hello?
Hello.
Yeah, good evening to you and your guests, man. I just wanted to make a quick point.
Yes.
You know, man, you guys are on fire tonight, man. You know, we need honest leaders. And I just want to big up your guests because as I'm listening to him, this man is on the ground. He's in the field of construction. He's talking from his heart, and he's giving his testimonies to what's going on the ground. Real live and direct. We got to get real with the situation that's going on right now. The Prime Minister was on today on another station, and seeing that this guy's in construction, we're looking for the East Coast housing scheme to roll out. And, they promised 600 homes per year, and now we gone past 2 years, and not even one house is being distributed up to now. So that means that scheme is on hold. And he keeps saying that these projects are coming. These politicians can't be honest to the people. You know what I mean? He said that there's going to be so much work in the construction field that they might run out of construction workers. But here we have a contractor, live and direct in the flesh tonight, giving his real commentary on what's going on on the ground in his field. It's a lot going on in St. Kitts and Nevis, man, believe it or not. And I'm happy he mentioned about the loans for the small businesses. And under that Duggins ministry, they started some initiative to give out loans for small businesses startup. And they got to be making that process. They should be making that process easy for the applicants. Because as you know, small business is the bread and butter of the economy. And if persons can't get these loans because they don't back this government, that's a shame. Because these persons who are trying to get businesses up and running to benefit other persons who want to jumpstart their careers in certain fields and to make their contribution in our local economy, and they can't get to these loans, and then therefore these politicians can't be serious. You know what I'm saying? Persons are very capable and qualified to run small businesses and want to get this money to get their business going, and they can't get going because they're not supporting this government. And that type of stuff got to be done away with. I got a lot more to say, man, but I'll let you close up the show. I'll let other persons call in, but
caller,
congrats to your guest there tonight. Congrats to your guest tonight.
Thank you. Caller, just before you go, the monies that these people are giving, the loans for the local people, is pittance. We all my life, and I'm sure many other persons will agree with what I'm saying because they have lived it. When they do give any monies for small business, it's not enough to make you grow. But we can see persons with the briefcase come into St. Kitts. They give them millions. Sometimes I've seen a picture, and I'm going to say it tonight, and I know the people out there that cannot deal with real talk, they're probably going to penalize me, but they're going to penalize me for what? For talking the truth? When our local people, I want you to stand the line and answer this for me, sir. When our local people and our young boys, our youths, because then we have to wonder why our gang members, when they reach a certain age, why they chose to go in that direction. When we're going to be seeing our young children repeatedly seeing our ministers of government just go on a plane, see some people they have never seen, and then you have the National Bank staff that take it out, they're taking pictures with these people saying that they're going to put down these kind of industries and whatever, and we don't hear nothing else about them. But yet we can't see the same National Bank or any other bank or any other institution or government entities out there with persons in their businesses and basically just going back to support them and want to see how their businesses are doing. Because these monies that they're giving for local businesses, some of them, they don't need no loan. Some of these businesses need to get grants. That way we can go back and help back our people right here in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. I would like to hear your take on that in a minute, shortly, please, if you don't mind.
Yeah, well, that's a great point you make there because, whether these businesses are struggling, they need an injection. The government, they got access to these monies, through these banking institutions, and they should free up this money, man, and let the people get to that money to make these businesses develop and strive. If they do that, then we can get some of these youngsters off the street. and we can get that crime down. So I'm just appealing to the government, man, to make that process easy. Just like when you walk into some of these government offices, the customer service, it sucks. We can't
Yes.
see that happening in this initiative to get these loans out to these persons who want to start these small businesses. That process got to be made easy so we could make things flow. The economy can flow. We can get these youngsters off the street, and we can limit this crime. So that's all. That's all I want to say, man. I wish you the best, and I wish you guys the best going forward. Different than that, real quickly before I close out. Me, I have a personal appeal to all the tradesmen in St. Kitts and Nevis. Not because the homeowner is not on the ground, not looking at you guys doing that work. I ask you guys to try to perform quality work so you can get that quality pay, and guarantee your work as well. Not because there are people from the diaspora who are out here sending monies back home to build houses and to contribute in the society that we should be taken for a ride. I'm asking them tradesmen to get serious with their work and guarantee their work and be real. Not because we're not looking, don't take us for a ride. Because, our money counts that we're trying to pump into the economy and pump into your pockets.
All right.
And,
Thank you
thanks a
so
lot,
much.
man.
Yeah, thank
Thanks
you
a
so
lot.
much.
You guys have a good night.
Thank you so much for your
Thank you.
contribution. Yes.
Yeah, I want to touch on something. We were speaking earlier when you was about the foreigners. When you come on the foreigners being here, and I have been in Tatola, the Spanish and any others, they're always together. And here in St. Kitts is like, we just like a rubber band. We're always stretching. We ain't really together. We're just all over the place. And if we could just, and let me put it straight like this then. And this should be better for many people in St. Kitts, because if something is going good, if you have a brilliant man doing great things, making sure everybody all right, what you going to try to change it? Join with the brilliant man and try to make things better? You going to fight down a man for what? And this is what we don't do here in St. Kitts. A youngster will try to move forward to do a business, and you hating on the youngster. Join with the youngster. Teach the youngster something. Show the youngster something so he can move forward. Tell him, buy so do this. I got a little idea. Boom, bam, bam. Forward. A bill will go build one another. If we not build one another, I'm going to put down. Nothing going here, because at the end of the day, all who are eat strong must dead. All are we. We must dead. And they're not going with the money.
But there's a saying. There's a saying that you ever see a U-Haul. You heard the story with the U-Haul?
Yeah.
When you're dead, you ever see a U-Haul behind the house?
Listen to this. People need to understand. Right now, if something going good, and you see it going good, now break it up. Now mash it up. If you could add something to it to make it greater, then you do that. This is how I do think. I know, well, me don't say 5 cents, me don't say 9 cents, because I feel like me and, yeah. This is how I do think. I don't say, bye. If we're going to take time out with each other and sit down and vibes, that's why you see me doing. When me vibes on the street and with the youngsters, them, it must be something positive. It can't be something negative, because if we carry something negative, it means that we're not going away. And then the youths them that I speak to more cling to me. They sometimes they say, "Boy, you're smart, buy you this, that, you got a lot of money." But they all know the sacrifices that you don't make to move forward. You understand? Sometimes I have one. Big up my partner LD. He's a young, he could create. He's very good at creating things, design and other stuff. And he wanna work in the government. He have subjects too, but he can't get. And sometimes I just tell him, bye. He want to know how he could get a loan to move forward. I tell him, well, this is what I done for XYZ, and this is how I have done it without money in my pocket. Money in my bank account, it was just $9 and change. And I could thank Len Harris Because if I ain't go on like I'm big bad dog, I might not get a house neither. But thank Jah. And thank the Most High for everything. But I still go thank Len Harris. Because he no must do it. You understand? And I go big him up. Because out of everybody, he's a man you could have go at any time, any day, and get some kind of money. And so many people have done it through a whole of unity entire solving time of government. So many people, and I never put myself in that position because even though I could go and ask, I am not going to go up there and wait so long for certain things. I would rather go and try to get it myself. Because when somebody give you something and you're gonna come all the time, you don't think that person they're gonna think by to he buy. He just a come. You give this money. Let's say you give man 2,000 today. And boy next week he come back ask you for another 1,000. Why do you do it?
And money gonna run out too because as I say money come on a tree.
Yeah, so what did you do with the 2,000? You make a profit? Why would you went go gamble, smoke weed, farmers, party, and then go back and beg another $1,000 go party and do the same thing again? Me I tell you because me been trade, me young too. These are things that I have done. When they give me rental and tell me by go ahead, do this or whatever case, maybe me gone all over, girl have one thing. That little money, girl have one thing.
But then again,
But you reach to a point where you had to sit back, think about your life, think about your family, the things them that you want, how you want to set your life, because
we have a call.
Okay.
A pleasant good evening. You're on the Real Talk with Lavi. Hello, good night.
Yes, this is Straight Talk.
Yes, this is Real Talk with
That's
Lavi.
Real Talk.
Yes.
Yes, so the gentleman, I like his statement because I could. Yes, good night. You can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. Yes. So I want to add, he said something about the heavy equipment. I noticed one time also they was doing some construction. They brought in a company, and the company, they love the company bringing all the heavy equipment, which like the young brothers them had backhoes, tractovators, and I couldn't understand why the government allowed the company bring in the stuff when the local people have it. I don't know if you recall, you have some building going up next to Ross University.
Yes.
Okay, you remember, the local them had put up a lot, they rented the bank, borrowed a lot of money to build up houses for the Ross student them. And then under Doggy administration, these people come in, so they're going to build a hotel, but come to find out it was an apartment. I don't know under the law, God, or they love somebody to do the country like that. You're going to bring in a company to put competition and your own people them. So now they almost put them into bankruptcy. Then after the administration changed and the next previous government had stopped them, I don't think they're operational right now. So sometimes when we put government in, sometimes they're not, like for everybody. We are so divided. And it's so hard to see St. Kitts used to be a thriving place. And to see what St. Kitts come like now, we're like some in the bank, some in the river, and some at top, some on top of the hill. And you show it very powerful, man. I like when people come out on the people and wake the people show them exactly what's going on. You understand? Because we wait war with our own self. Good show, man.
Truly appreciate it. Thank you.
thank you.
It is 9 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock. You're here with the Real Talk with Lavi. This is a grassroots show. This is a show that we just got to be organic and speak out on what is happening in the communities right here in St. Kitts and Nevis. I am from St. Kitts, so I can dwell on St. Kitts itself. And this is why, and I will always say this, I chose to put myself in a position because I know how it is to be hungry. I know how it is to be poor. And as one would say, To be poor ain't cute. But at the end of the day, yes, are we having a caller? Huh? Okay, yes. Folks, if you're just in tune, you're live right here with The Real Talk with Lavi. I am from St. Peter's. If you don't know who I am actually a hairdresser come from Monkey Hill, where I elevated myself from not just being a hairdresser, but hairdresser is under the umbrella of being a cosmetologist. Just like how you have dermatologists, you have doctors, you have lawyers. It is time that our people here in St. Kitts and Nevis, the white collar jobs, are professional people, recognize that the people in the technical division need respect, and we need to find ways that we can create jobs for persons that are self-made, persons that have skilled trade, and persons who want to learn a trade. There's so many people would meet me and ask me, Lavi, your play is finished yet? My daughter wants to come to school, and my son, because I also do barbering. And this is why what I want to do here in St. Kitts and Nevis, not just me, but I want to basically, as a local person, just like my guests here tonight, we're all locals. And if we can have our local young men and women seeing our local people being ambitious, right? Then we will have them be more motivated and looking at mentors and having a dream that when they reach a certain age, they want to be like that person, but of course in their own self, right? So what I would like to, like I said, I'm appealing to the government, and I'm speaking from my heart, because we are suffering. Our people who have the experience in the technical division are hurting, and we are hurting because we're not getting enough support, right? We're not getting enough support. As I said, we do not have a cosmetology school here in St. Kitts and Nevis. Yes, we have AVEC, but if we have these schools that are teaching the children or the students professional, don't train them not halfway. Do not train them and tell them the 3 months and then they become a professional hairdresser. And where we just give them a start. I'm appealing to the government. If you're getting these grants, do the grants right. Stop doing this latter 2 weeks, chopping up the money. Do it right and get locals involved. When you're going to be having shows when it comes to teaching cosmetology and you're bringing in people from Trinidad and you're bringing them from all over, Lavi Gumbs have not even got an invitation. When you're having all this, these entrepreneurship at Marriott and different places, how many persons that hold a business license are being invited? It is time this government, and I'm saying this government because any government, realize that the country do not belongs to you. You have a portfolio, you have a platform, you have a job, and when you get this job, you need to come out of your box and let your hand stretch a little further than just your neighbor. And those are the ones that you're looking out to. And this is why the government is disconnected. They don't know what to do with people in the technical division. So when it comes to the gangs, I am not encouraging anybody to go out and shoot and murder anybody. That is not good. And anyone that are harboring any criminals, even if it's your children, parents, it is not right. But I must say, when you don't provide jobs and opportunities, the poverty cycle going to go up and you force people, because when it comes to survival, they're going to do whatever it is. And you think it's just the gangs going after gangs? They're going to come after people, even me, Lavi Gumbs, because they're going to come at me and other person that they think are doing good, not knowing that we're out here struggling just like them.
To be honest, yeah. I have learned so much from the foreigners.
I'm going to close out the live at 9:30. Yeah. We have 15 more minutes. If anybody want to call in, we are taking at least 2 more calls. I also got to touch base with person on the thread. Somebody said always tell the truth, my sister. Enough love always. I love my people who tell the truth. And somebody is saying, I with you, right? And that. And, you know, I just got to let people know that we truly appreciate you because, as I said, I'm not here trying to be sounding nice. I'm not trying to be like, but I'm just basically want to let our people know that we need more voices than just thinking that government leaders are our voices. They're not our voices. They're there to do a job. They're not our parents. You understand? They're political leaders. And remember, leaders are born, eh?
Every
All
day.
right. I'm going to give you some,
Yeah.
give me 1 second because I want you to give your final thing so we can close out. So
I'm going to deal with it now.
please, yes.
First, before I go any further, I want to say that I have learned a lot from the foreigners, both Chinese, Spanish, and Jamaicans.
Nice.
They stand together. When I say stand together, they stand together. They don't really want one another like that. They work together and get things done. And yes, I may want $250 for my work today. And a foreigner going to come and say, "Boy, give me $150." And even though he take that $150, he going to turn it over. And within the next 5 years, you see him got a car, he got a house. And these, I admire them. And this is why I reached to a point in my life where I say, well, if the Chinese then could sell a big bowl of chicken and chips with one big chicken or like $11 or $12, well, me could do that too. And get rich too. And I'm looking at our country in general and how things is going. If the government want the people them to succeed, give them free up the loans. When 5 and 10 young men come to you who want to build a hotel or buy that old hotel on the side over there on the beach and the upper side going over forget where? Where the one over there? Yeah. I think it was the Chinese them that was building it. If 10 youngsters come to the bank and decide, okay, we want to buy these buildings and repair them, get enough money, repair them and get them up and going so we could start renting them out or using them as whatever. We can't get these loans. You understand? And I'm seeing it as we, and I mean we here in St. Kitts supposed to benefit off of what we have here on our island.
You got 2 minutes.
Right? And I'm just playing to the people. May I play for us as a contractors to get together and really do something? Because I would make to understand, right here in Center Antigua, the contractors they might not get on. But when the time comes for strike, they're striking together for that one purpose that they need. So if we ain't gonna come together and we're gonna always push one another, what sense you make I call ourselves contractor? It don't make no sense. And one last thing, and this is for my nation because too much of fall long. Friends, loved ones, you just say it. Because me just lost a friend tonight again. We need to stop. Don't turn no gun on the government man them. Because that's what they want you do. They got certain things they want to implement, and I have to be smart about it. If we continue with the crime, you're going to see SSU, you're going to see all kind of different people coming. And when you look, we are under pressure. We done under pressure already. Fellows, I got a lot of brethren, friends, from all over, whether you're a foreigner or you're a Kittitian. Now we hold on the crime. Now we flip a switch. Remember we in power now, we give them power. When I gonna get up and just say bye, nobody gonna go work today. If whole place mash up, that's all I'm gonna say.
Wow. You're powerful.
Thank you.
Grassroots man, eh? From Molyneux.
Hey, most high God.
Virgil Kent.
Yeah, most high God.
If they never know you,
They
they
know
know
me
you
now.
now. On the Real Talk with Lavi.
Yes.
It is 9:20. It was a pleasure being here. I just got to tell my people, I see the love, I feel the love. Even persons that I'm seeing here on the thread tonight, I see people of all different political sides on my thread. I see the civil servants on my thread. I'm so happy. I'm actually seeing the white collar people on my thread. And this is what we need. We need to force our people to recognize that every life matters. It doesn't matter where you live, where you come from, your complexion, what job you have. And all of a sudden, because you have a particular kind of job, so, there's an opportunity and people are forgetting where they come from. It is good to be organic. So if you're listening to me right now, as I said, the Real Talk is a positive show. This show is not here to debate anyone. We want you to come ready with your facts, your opinion, and your perspectives, but it must be positive. We're not going to entertain the back and forth and the debate, whether you like to hear what somebody have to say or not. So anyone that comes here to sit in the studios with me, it's something they're going to be sharing their testimony and actually giving that information that can help other people. Like I said, government come and government go. We, the people, have the power, and it's about time. A lot of the people here in St. Kitts and Nevis are in fear. But why are the people in St. Kitts and Nevis in fear when our country is 98.9? The literacy rate is very high, but yet we're in fear. So it tells us as a people, a lot of us do not have any self-confidence because we're not living our true identity. Many are living a lie, and they have too much false pride. There's good pride and there's bad pride. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Lavi Gumbs, and this is what you're going to get here on The Real Talk, because I am not going to be afraid to talk about anything that can help build our nation. Whether it's politics, it's going to be clean politics, and you're going to hear persons say, oh, we're sharing this and sharing that. You don't get to tell me that if you're not supporting me. And when I say supporting me, meaning that we need to stop give people that don't mean good for us our power, right? I was born in St. Kitts. I had the opportunity to migrate, and it was very helpful for me. As the young man said, the Jamaicans help him. And this is what we need to do here as a people. All the people that are coming among our walks, we can use them. We can use them in terms of get the positive. Because when you see a Jamaican come here, they're working hard. Whether we like it or not, the Guyanese, they're working hard. The Santo Domingans, the Haitians, they are working hard. We used to be a working hard set of people. But all of a sudden, we have become the celebrities. We have become this menace to society on Facebook, pretending that we're better than the same people. You understand? We're pretending that we're better than other people. People are actually, if you see the way how they compose, the way how they write on social media, it shows that a lot of us are mentally messed up. And I am appealing to the young men out there. You have a mother, and if your mother is not around, you might be having children, or you know of somebody that have children. For every blood that's shed, and for every mother in this federation, everyone feels it. Even the young man, they feel it because somebody related to somebody. The place is so small. And in the end, these persons that are doing the murder, they can't go up Monkey Hill. They can't go this place. They give up their freedom. They got to be hiding. And these are the ones going out looking for the most beautiful women and the decent women. Well, I tell my daughter, and I'm going to speak it tonight. I tell my daughter, listen, I could only tell her because she have to live her life. But I tell her, do not encourage no young man, no matter what they bring to her, do not bring them in her life because she's going to have problems. She wants to be able to turn left. She wants to be able to turn right. She wants to be able to make a 360 turn. And she don't feel that anybody is coming at her or she is taking any bullet for somebody else because she's at the wrong place at the wrong time, or she's being targeted. And when we see a 9-year-old child get murdered, and we are not seeing the churches, maybe they're doing it in the church itself, right? But our nation need healing. And I believe that our nation should come out. I think that they're having a peace walk, and I think it's being held by the PLP. They said to wear all white. It's going to be up at the cinema or somewhere up in the West. It's at 6 o'clock Saturday morning. And I kind of tell people must go out, because then again, people fear of the life. If they go out, they don't know what's going to happen. But we should not be living in fear. Martin Luther King, a lot of our Harriet Tubman, right? Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X.
Gaddafi.
There's so many people that died, right? Jesus died, from what I read, Jesus died on the cross for us. But yet we are so fearful, and we say we are Christian society, and we have so many church on every corner. But we can't use the church and come out in the street and march for peace, because maybe the party, you're not affiliated with it. When maybe the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party need to have a march, and all the oppositions need to have a march. Parents, it is time that you be a parent. And if you're young and you need encouragement to know how to be a parent, then you need to go out and seek for help. Because we cannot be raising our babies to come up to be monsters in our society. And this is how I'm going to end it tonight on The Real Talk with lovely, lavish Lavi. Have a wonderful evening.
The views and opinions expressed in this program were solely those of the participant or caller and do not reflect the views of WinFM 98.9. WinFM reserves the right to disconnect any caller who infringes the law or offends the right of any person. The station will also refuse. The views and opinions expressed in this program were solely those of the participant or caller and do not reflect the views of WinFM 98.9. WinFM reserves the right to disconnect any caller who infringes the law or offends the right of any person. The station will also refuse to take any call from any person who, in WinFM's considered opinion, is likely to expose the station to liability for statements made on the air.